Hey, what's going on? My name is Ryan Morgan. I am the founder of the Acquisition Network. I'm shooting this quick video to justify our $10 million valuation. We had some investors give us some pushback asking, hey, how can you justify selling your shares for $1? And I'm going to go through who my board of advisor team is, how and why their backing 100% justifies the value. And then I'm also going to just go through my personal resume, and you'll see that undoubtedly we're going to take this company to not only a $1 billion valuation, I'm going to take it to 10 and then $100 billion valuation. And so you owning shares in my company is a once in a generation opportunity. And if you pass on the opportunity to buy my shares at this time, it'll be something that you regret for the rest of your life, because it's just, I don't understand how you can look at my team and not see value. So let's go over who is my team. So number one, private equity partner, right? Quincy, he owns 16 companies, has access to 75 million. There's Chris. He's been a part of 140 mergers and acquisitions transactions. He was working for a large fast food corporation. His job was just to buy them businesses. So pretty much every month for a decade, he got a deal done for them. Then there's John, right? So he's got 30 years on Wall Street, and he's done multiple 9-figure transactions. He's connected to equity groups like ARK Investments, which is like a $100 billion fund. Really big players in the space that he has access to. And so he's going to help us take the company public and help prevent our shares from being shorted, which is one of the biggest reasons why you want to get in now, is because we have the ability to go public and continuously increase the value of our stock. There's Ben, who's connected to one of the largest SBA banks in the country, and he owns 5 companies that do $5 million a year. There's CJ, who owns a 7-figure real estate business, and so he's created a whole network for business wholesaling. So he's taking the same thing that he did successfully in real estate and now transitioning it to business acquisitions. There's Sean, who's got like 20 to 30 years of experience in cost reductions. So he has 2,000 consultants that have bought his program, and he's helped 10,000 companies save over $1 billion in revenue with free fintech products. And that's going to be invaluable to increasing the value of our portfolio by reducing the cost, but also through the passive income that's collected by us referring those services. There's Operations Jim. So he is our COO. He took Exos from 20 to 200 million in 4 years. So he helps us run the entire company, and he's going to help install systems so that I can focus on being the founder rather than running the day-to-day. But he's also going to install systems for the individual companies that we own that you could potentially buy from us. There's Tom, who's our IT advisor. He was a part of Topgolf. He took the company from 30 to 400 million in 4 years, and he was one of the first people to sell shares in that company. So he's also going to add a lot of profitability to the company by just developing technology to increase the value of the platform. There's Jitesh, who's our CFO, and so he's the active controller of a company that does 200 million a year. He knows my whole financial history. There's Andrew, who's connected to a buyer group that's done 250 transactions over the last 20 years. He's connected to some really big equity groups. One of them has access to $100 billion. So that's obviously, having access to that type of capital is significant. There's Adrian, who is our marketing expert. He's done campaigns for 8, 9-figure marketers like Sam Ovens and Neil Patel. He also does $500,000 a month with Next Gen T, which is an IT training program. And then there's finally Terry, who specializes in fundraising sales. So he raised $18 million for his software company, Next Gen T, and his company's now worth well over $100 million. Okay, and so when you look at the backgrounds of these 12 people, number one, it costed me $800,000 to aggregate these people together. And so if you look here, I made like a little line. So 5 of these people have been an executive or part of creating 8 figures in wealth as an executive. And then 7 of them have been a part of creating a $100 million company, 9 figures. So 12 people in total, 5 of them 8-figure background, 7 of them with a 9-figure background. Okay. So that's one of the biggest reasons, like if you can look at that team, and they were all aggregated because of me. Like I said, I was able to accumulate them with just $800,000. And I had to do that through cash flow, through making payments. If I was liquid for 800,000, if I was liquid for 8 million, I'd be able to pull substantially more value out of this group, and I'd also be able to attract more high quality executives similar to these people. There's definitely more people I have access to in my immediate network, but I haven't contracted them because of growth, right? The more capital I have, the more revenue and cash flow I'm able to generate with the software, the more high quality board of advisors I'm going to be able to add to this team. So now, instead of just having 5 people at 8 figures and 7 people at 9 figures, I can have even more. The more money you give me, the more I'm going to be able to find high quality people just like this. If you do a background check on any of these people, you can verify that their resume and track record is 100% verifiable. So the more money you invest into me, the more I can invest into these people, the more I'll be able to get these people to actually work together. And like one day, if I actually get these guys all on one call, you can't even comprehend the massive growth that we'll be able to deliver to the market. Like that getting all those guys on one call is worth $10 million alone, okay? And so why do these people engage with me compared to other people is because I've got a pretty solid resume myself, right? So I've been working online for 10 years. I have a degree from Bucknell University. I know nobody cares, but that's one of the big reasons why I've been able to write so well and I'm able to justify my arguments is all I had to do in college is write. But I never got a job. All I did was work online. And so for 6 years, I made absolutely nothing. Then I started my first successful website. And since then, I've generated 12 to 21x return on advertising spend with $200,000 spent for 18 products. So that just means I am an expert master marketer. I've sold 18 different products and I've generated 21x. So like every dollar I spend in marketing, I make $21. And so that's significant because like obviously if you invest into me and my company, I've got a proven track record to be able to sell 18 other products. Like obviously I know how to sell my own product, right? And so I've got 30 verifiable case studies to justify these returns that I shared. I also have a lot of recorded references of clients that have invested in me, companies that have hired me that are happy to explain to you why they invested and what the results has been. I've got weekly recorded meetings for over a year. Every Wednesday at 4 o'clock Pacific, I connect all my clients and I introduce them to my active team, and we do these meetings to hold my team accountable on the growth of the software. And so obviously these are all things and reasons why you should be comfortable investing in my company and justifying that valuation. Okay, next is I have over 2,500 recordings of me building out this entire network from scratch. So you can see me creating these relationships, but also securing these relationships by actively going out in the market, running advertisements, speaking to customers, asking them for feedback, and then creating connections and connecting the dots to make it all happen. So it's all been transparently recorded, the entire process. I also have 44 website templates that I've used to develop these case studies. And so these can all be replicated and used to grow other companies, but it's also a way that you can see my methodology for generating revenue for the company and how I can use these templates to create more funnels to drive more traffic to the platform. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have like well over 600 presentations like outlining how I've developed the product, different products or services or different angles and niches that I'm targeting, and I will continuously make more presentations to sell the product. And right next is the creative content. So I don't tell this to a lot of my clients or investors, but this whole software acquisition fundraising thing, like this is just like my day job. What I actually really want to do is I want to make music videos that teach people how to make money online. I'm going to be a professional content creator and I'm going to make millions of dollars completely outside of this software just by like making videos and writing scripts, right? So I already have a bunch of written songs that are going to teach people how to follow my path into acquisitions and making money online. I will be writing books to tell my story on like my 10 years of building out the entire business. And then eventually we'll be giving speeches and lectures, educating and all that. And so that's a business all on its own where I can create multiple 7 figures by just creating content through myself. And obviously that's going to contribute to that 10 million valuation. And then finally, I'm the holder of 2 software patents. I actually wrote my first patent in 2016 and I've been raising money ever since. And to this day, nobody is doing what that patent entailed that I wrote. What was it? 7 years ago, right? So I have that patent, and you can like look it up in my background. Like the patent's done, the business plan's done. I just never raised money and developed that product because it costed a lot. And then I have the acquisition network, which is a completely other patent. So I'm the holder of 2 software patents. Both of those companies will be worth billions of dollars, and I'm going to leverage my super team network of people. And as I raise more and more money, I'm going to surround myself with more successful people that have an 8-9-figure track record. And I'm going to leverage my track record of marketing and raising money, and I'm going to develop both of those products. Both of them will be worth billions of dollars, and that's why like getting in now for at a 10 million valuation is an absolute no-brainer. I don't see how you cannot see where I'm going to take this company and how it's going to reach unicorn status. So I hope you got great value. Try to like kind of understanding like the background of my team and my personal background, so you can justify and understand why the value of our shares is the same as $1 US. We're selling at a $10 million valuation. Right now we're looking to raise $1 million to complete our deal sourcing AI mobile application and social MLS. If you're interested in learning more about why you should invest and purchase shares in the company, I made a presentation called How to Create the Social Media for Doing Business. It goes through the entire fundraising deck. I also made a video series, you can see it on my YouTube, where I go slide by slide and I just break down the fundraising deck and show you and explain why when the company is funded and the product is completed, I'm going to surpass that 10 million valuation and take it to unicorn status in the next 3 to 5 years. So I hope you got great value out of this presentation. My name is Ryan Morgan, the founder of the Acquisition Network, and I'll see you on the next one. The future of doing business is now. Don't get left behind.